We're starting this morning on our backs. You can have if you have a belt or a strap or a towel, that'll all work. So come to the floor, lay in a comfortable place on your back. Now, right now, your legs can be bent straight, knees can be in. I'm going to turn this way a little bit for the camera in front of me. And I'm going to start in, kind of in a shavasana. And breathe in and out through the nose, filling up belly, ribs, and chest. Lauren, all that's missing is Kala. Breathe in and out. So you can have your eyes closed or softly gazing down to the tip of your nose and just start to make a commitment to yourself to take the next 60 minutes to stay present. And we all have things going on. They're all going to go on around us, no matter where we are and what we're doing. But this is your time for you, so stay in the present moment. Stay where you are, but bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your abdomen. Fill up, breathe in and out. Good morning. Exhale. I can't even see. I'm coming up to see. Oh, AT, hi. Good morning. So we're laying on our backs. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. You can have your legs in any position. If you have a strap or something that will simulate a strap, go ahead and grab that. So feel the belly expand as you breathe in. It presses against your hand, your heart presses against your hand, your chest. And we expand through the rib cage. Exhale, let it go. And let's just take one more breath here in some stillness. And as you empty the breath, release your hands again. This time bend your knees. Have your strap nearby and take your right knee into your chest. Hold on underneath your hamstrings. And just have the right shin parallel to the floor and flex and point through the ankle. Roll through the ankle a couple times. And then just leave the foot still and bring the knee, and the foot can be in any position. Bring the knee to the chest or just slightly on the outside of the right side of your rib cage. And then glide your left leg onto the floor. If this causes any discomfort in your lower back, keep it bent. Inhale and exhale. Draw it a little bit closer. Take your strap, if you have it, and place it around the ball of your foot. And then begin to straighten your right leg. So a little early morning hamstring stretch, which is not like the happiest place to be early in the morning, or for some of us any time of the day. So work on keeping your legs straight rather than bringing it close to your face. If you can keep it straight and bring it close to your face, great. Flex the foot. Push the right hip down so you're not lifting off of the right side of your pelvis. Take a breath. Place your left hand on your left hip. Hold on with just the right hand if you're not. And open your right leg out to the side, but don't let it touch the floor. Only go as far as your left hip remains on the floor. So for a lot of us, it's not going to be all that far. Once the left hip starts to lift and you're rolling onto your right side, you're really losing the opportunity to open up your hip and find some space. Inhale, come back to center. Take your left hand to the strap and cross it over the right leg over the left, right arm out to the side. So here you can be a little bit off your right shoulder or press the right shoulder down. If you're in a close space and your foot is against a wall or bed or anything, use it. Push away from whatever surface you're on. Inhale, come back to center. We're not holding forever. Lift your head and shoulders up. Lift your left leg up. Release your strap and reach your arms forward for 3, 2, And one. Bend both knees into the chest. You can take the strap onto the floor and then place your right foot on the floor. Bring your left knee in, shin parallel to the floor, flex and point, and roll through the ankle. Draw the knee to the shoulder, a little bit off the center. And then go ahead and find your strap. Stretch your right leg long on the floor and start to straighten your left leg. And again, if there's any discomfort in your back, then just bend the right knee again. Let the left leg be straight, so it doesn't matter if it's close to your face or not, but let it be straight. Place your right hand on your right hip, make the right leg active, and then open your left arm, or left leg, excuse me, out to the left side. Hi, Maria. So if you were looking, hi, Maria. Good morning. We're using a strap or a towel if you have anything. A belt works. Piece of fabric. But notice my right hip wants to lift a lot faster than my other side did. So I'm not going to get as wide a stretch to the left side for me. So again, the right hip is the reminder to stay grounded. Take another breath as you bring the legs center and switch arms, cross it over. And again, the leg does not need to touch the floor. Stretching through the outer hip, lower back, IT band. Beautiful. Inhale, come on back to center. Bend your left knee, take the strap over to the side, bend your right knee. Let's just take a happy baby pose for a moment. Feet to the ceiling, hold on to the toes, outer foot. Tailbone down on the floor, legs as wide as your chest, as your waistline, right, on each side of your waistline. And then inhale, bring your arms to the outside of the knees, draw them together, stretch both legs straight in the sky. I know I left something out, so lift your head and shoulders up. Keep your left leg up and lower your right leg off the floor for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock and roll on your spine, 1, 2, 10 times. Cross the ankles, and let's have a seat on the floor for a moment. So you can always sit on a block. You know, it's one of my favorite things. You can also be, if you have blocks, you can support your knees underneath with the blocks. And then place your hands on top of your thighs, shoulders back, chest open. Breathe in and expand. I sit. And exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Good morning. Round your back, pull your belly in. I love whatever time you guys show up on screen, I'm happy to have you. Inhale, no, don't be sorry. Inhale, lift up. I'm so happy that you choose to come. Shift forward. And bring your chin to your chest. You made a sign like this. Belly in. Sometimes it is magical just to get here on the mat, right? Sometimes it is like, how do we get transported here? And then when we're here, we're just so happy to, this little 6-foot piece of real estate, it's so important. Inhale. And then make some circles. Use your shoulders, use your waist, use all the body that's not grounded on this earth, so right, keep the hips steady. And then come back and reverse it. And girls, I don't know what we did over the last couple of days, but my waistline certainly is feeling something. Come back to center. Inhale. Sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands in front of you. Walk your hands forward and push your hips back. And I figure if I'm sore, you might be feeling a little sore as well. Lauren's laughing. Because you were with me on Thursday, so it could have been that. Good. And I'm just kind of rocking side to side, only maybe because the music inspires me to do that. You can stay centered or you can move a little bit. And just find the deeper stretch. Whichever leg is in front, I didn't tell you which one to have there, but you're going to feel the deeper stretch in the leg that's in front, most likely. Beautiful. Inhale, walk your hands back in, take your time, lean back, shake out your legs, switch the cross of your legs. Again, since I didn't tell you, it's likely the most habitual side that you started in. Once again, move the flesh from side to side, hands on top of your thighs, lift your chest up. Inhale, fully expand your body. Stretch your left arm up, and take it to the outside of the right leg, right arm behind you, a couple of feet behind you, one or two. And then move it over more to the left side, lift your chest up, and then look over your right shoulder and just notice, what's going on in the spine here, opening up shoulders, chest. Every day we wake up, we just don't know what the situation's going to be. We don't know how we're going to feel on the mat. Take your right arm up and over, or just in general. Good. Take the right hand outside the left thigh, lift your torso. Take your left hand 1 or 2 feet, a little bit behind you. Maybe it's not even a foot, who knows. And take your left hand, I don't have a ruler to tell you, but take your left hand a little bit more to the right side. It feels like feet to me. Inhale, lift your left arm up, lean over. And exhale, come back to center. Sweep both arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, walk it out again. Once again, feeling that space behind for me it's my right leg, but for whatever leg is in front, you should feel a little bit more. Take another breath. Sometimes we start off really slow. It feels really good to get our bodies in tune. It's like, fine-tuning the orchestra. Walk your hands back in, lean back. If you have blocks, move them off to the side. Sit back, shake out your legs, and let's just come onto our hands and knees. Pad your knees any amount you need to. Hands under shoulders, and then walk your hands a little bit further in front of you. Tuck your toes underneath you, and lift up into your first downward facing dog. I think it's your first. It's first in this class. Maybe you did some earlier. Bend the knees and walk it out side to side. Put more weight in one hand and one foot, and then shift the weight to the other side. Allow your head to just be softly hanging down. And then when you feel you're ready to find some stillness, stay still. Feet are about hips width apart. Weight shifts from the hands towards the feet, biceps by the ears, and allow your head to hang down softly. Shake out tension, yes and no. Rise up onto your tippy toes. Stay in your down dog for a moment. Pull your knees up, pull your pelvic floor muscles up. Draw your belly to your spine and your chin towards your chest. Keeping all that action, shift into a plank position. Resist the earth with the heel of your hands. Pull the belly up and in. Shift forward. And then rock back to your downward facing dog. One more time, lift up onto your toes. Find all that engagement. Shift forward to a high plank. Look forward. Good. Lower your right knee to the floor and send your left leg in between your two hands or your two blocks. Right. So you're not sitting on top of your right knee. It's further behind your hip. Left knee is over the ankle. Inhale. And just drop your pelvis. Just let it go down. Wow, I can see all of you. It's so nice. Breathe in, breathe out. Broaden your collarbone, shoulders back and down. Press firmly into your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Drop your shoulders and your hands can touch. They don't have to. Reach and stretch up, and as you reach and stretch up, think about grounding down through your pelvis, your back knee. Open your arms to a T. Turn to your left side. You might not get a full big turn. Hinge forward and place your right hand on the floor or the block. Left arm up, twist. Push your left hip forward. Open up your chest, shoulders. Good. Create space, opening, room to grow physically and emotionally. Exhale, bring your left hand inside your left foot. Keep your right foot where it is today, and right arm opens up, hug your knee and tricep together. Right hand up, left hand down, heart open, throat open, hips hug into the center. Very nice, everybody. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Separate your hands on either side of your feet.
Inhale, tuck your right toes underneath you, lift the knee up and keep the hips low, and step into a downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. My hands are still on the blocks, it's okay. Lower your knees, left knee to the floor, step your right foot forward. Help it out if you need to. That's it. Right knee is over the ankle, your left knee is back behind you. Shoulders back, collarbones broaden, hips press forward. So find some stability in the right leg. Find some release in the left leg. And then press firmly down through your feet to allow yourself to rise up to your crescent lunge or your anjayasana, your low lunge. Good. Lift your arms up. Keep your ribs from pooching out by bringing the ribs towards the hips, just a slight tilt of the pelvis. And then open your arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale, turn to your right side. Hug your right hip in. And then hinge forward, left hand on the floor block. Right arm up, twist. Twisting just gives us, a real opportunity to create space in our bodies. Inhaling and exhaling, letting go. Good. Inhale, right hand in the inside of your foot. Your back leg stays the same, so it's a little bit more balance challenge. Left arm up, rotate to the left side. Good. Take another breath. Exhale, hands to the floor or the blocks. Tuck your back toes underneath you. And this time, let's step forward to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Take two fists in between your feet, measuring out the width of your hips, the approximate width of your hips. And then let your head hang down. Find your weight shifting a little bit towards the balls of your feet, towards the toes, rather than the heels. So the knees can be as bent as you need to, allowing the hips to sit on top of the heels, and your head hangs down. And then you can sway a little bit, you can make circles or figure eights, whatever kind of speaks to you. Inhale, look forward, bring your hands to your hips, and stand all the way up. Good, release the arms down by your side. Good. Stand tall in your mountain pose. So have your feet grounded. Lift your knees up. Press your calves towards your shins. Lift your thighs up. Broaden your collarbones so your shoulders are level. Open up your palms. Find that grounding all the way from the ground straight up now to the top of the head. Beautiful. Open your eyes, stretch your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, open your arms, swan dive, hands to the floor or the blocks or the shins. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, and let's press back up to standing with a straight spine. Arms come all the way up, and hands come back to your heart center. Release your arms and take a breath in, bring them up. Big swan dive open, bend your knees as much as you need to get to the floor. Hang your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Release your arms, come all the way up to standing. Take prayer to the heart, release the hands by your side, and then let's add on. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open up, and then from here you can take, your arms any way that work for you. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step to a high plank. If you're stepping, just each time you do it, switch the lead leg. Shoulders over wrists, belly pulled in. Look forward, drop to your knees, or go halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Heart pulls through. Exhale, downward dog, and we stay for a few breaths. Just kind of settling ourselves in. Inhale, and exhale. Good, these are our warm-up exercises. They're done, very succinctly. Come up on your toes, bend your knees. We work in several planes of motion. Look forward, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Press down to rise up, stand up. Hands to your heart center. Exhale, arms by your side. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Hands can come through the center or swan dive out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step with the other foot. Pause in your plank, shift yourself forward, and then exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog. You can add push-ups. You can skip the whole thing and meet in downward dog.
Inhale and exhale. So when you breathe in your downward dog, you breathe from the feet, through the body, the lower body, through the torso, through the arms, finding stability. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of the mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms come with you overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Release your arms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, if you know it, you can go on your own pace. Exhale, forward fold, or you can stay with me. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, other foot, pause, and shift forward into your chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Remember, chaturangas can be on the knees for a lot more success than trying to struggle through your triceps. But you'll build strength in your triceps. Inhale, rise on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, press down to rise up. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart. Keep your hands at your heart center. Bring your right heel off the floor. Make sure that you stay level in both hips. And then lift your right leg off the floor. Just parallel to the hip is fine. Extend the leg out in front of you and extend the arms up in the air. Good. Inhale, rebend as you hinge back with your right leg. Step all the way back, crescent lunge. Arms up. Inhale. So it's a big step between your 2 feet. Hard to tell on the angle that most of you are on, but I know you know it well. Good. Open your arms to a T. Keep length through the torso. Turn to your left side. Excuse me. Hinge forward and place your right hand on the floor or a block. Left arm opens up for the twist. Now you may or may not remember we did this on our knees a few moments ago. Stack your shoulders, hug your hips, back leg is firm. You can also bring the back knee down to the floor. So there's always, a place of more support or less. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand comes inside. Right foot stays as it is. Hug your knee and tricep together and open to your right side. Lower your hips. Spread your heart. Breathe. That's it. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, inhale. Release your hands down. Turn to your right side of your mat. Have a block with you if you'd like. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Turn your right toes a little bit to the right. Bend your right knee and walk your hands to the right side. Right hand, you can have it on a block. Right hand on the inside of the right thigh. Your left toes are still pointing forward. They can turn a little bit out. And then the left arm comes up. It's not quite a side angle pose because we're kind of on this diagonal. So your right toes are facing the back left corner of your mat. You're just opening up your hip. Opening up your shoulder, opening up your chest. Take another breath. Good. Exhale. Straighten your right leg. Turn yourself back to the center. Now both toes are kind of turned outward. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to standing. You may choose to shorten your stance. So you might have to bring it in a little bit more to be a little bit more stable. Take your arms out to a T, bend your knees. And as you bend your knees, let your knees pull open towards the outer side of the foot, so outer hip. Tailbone tucks underneath you, then bend the arms, little goddess arms. Inhale, press up to standing, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, bend the arms and the legs. Inhale, press up to standing. Exhale, goddess arms and legs. Stay here for a breath, and then tilt to your right side. Inhale to center, tilt to your left side. Inhale to center, sit lower. Exhale to the right side, one more time. Inhale, center, exhale to the left side.
Inhale, center, hands on thighs, hinge forward, right shoulder presses in. Exhale, left shoulder presses in. Inhale to center, press down, stand up, stretch your arms overhead. Good. Turn your left toes and right toes forward, come back into your crescent lunge. Inhale, you're going to push off. I'm going to bring my block back. You're going to push off your right leg and come back up either to the standing or perhaps the right knee comes back up. Right leg down, arms by your side. Hands to prayer mountain. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your left heel up. Left thigh parallel to the floor. Extend the arms and the legs. Bend the knee. Just hinge forward, step back to your crescent lunge. Oops. And sometimes we fall. Arms up, ribs in. Good. Breathe. Inhale. Sink a little lower. Exhale. Open up your arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to your right side. Keep your hips forward. Hinge forward. Left hand on the inside. I'm working with a lot of blocks today. You know, some injuries are causing me to use the blocks more, but I find that the more I use the blocks, the more I really love working with them. So they're not a crutch, they are an assistant. Whether you need them or not, they're always just great. They're your best friend now. They're my best friend now. One more breath as you bring the right hand inside. Left arm opens. So you're still keeping your hips squared. You're rotating the torso. The right arm and the right arm and thigh are hugging in towards each other. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Now release your left hand. Turn yourself to the left side of your mat. Turn your left toes to the back diagonal. Right toes can go to the right diagonal, or they can stay a little forward. And then bend your knees and walk your hands to the inside of your left foot, which is pointing towards the back right corner if you were facing the mat. That side, the back right corner of your mat. Keep your left arm down and hug your left knee and tricep together. Open your right arm up. So not a true side angle because we are on a diagonal. So reach your arm up. Tuck your hip underneath you. Find space from the bottom of your ribs and take another breath. Empty the breath, hands down. Walk your hands to the center. Straighten your legs. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise up to standing. Good. So turn out your toes and shorten your stance if you need to. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the arms. Sit into a goddess squat. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the arms. Bend the knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend the arms, bend the knees. Inhale, hinge to your left side, tilt. Only go side to side, don't go forward and back. Come back up and exhale to the right side. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the right side. Good waistline work. Inhale, come back to center. Sit a little deeper. Exhale, hands on your thighs, and then just take your right shoulder forward. And then your left shoulder forward. And then come back up to standing nice and tall. Bring the arms overhead. Spin both feet back to the front of the mat, back into your crescent lunge. Now you can step up with your feet coming together, or perhaps you can fly back up. Perhaps I can today. And feet down on the floor. Hands through your heart, arms by your side. Inhale, stretch the arms up, stretch the right leg up. Exhale, extend it. Inhale, then bring the hands to the heart. Step back into your crescent, lengthen your spine. Rotate your torso. Now bring your right arm outside the left thigh. Open into your twist. You can stay here, or some of you will open up your arms Keep hugging your hips to the midline. Inhale. Exhale, if your arms are exalted, bring them back to prayer. Inhale, come back to the center, left arm inside. Now this time, turn your right foot on its side. Take your left hand down and your right hand up. Reach your right arm all the way to the sky. Open up your hips. Stack your shoulders. Drop your hips low. Good. One more breath. I see a tail wagging. Exhale. Hands down. Walk to your right leg. Now turn your right foot out on its side. Left foot towards the back of the mat. Right hand inside or on a block. Same thing. Side angle pose here. Tailbone underneath you. Left arm stacks on top of the right arm. Thigh parallel to the floor. Pinky toe to the floor on the back foot, so you are lifting a little bit into the inner arch of the right foot and not collapsing. So much safer for your knee. More stability. One more breath. Exhale, release your hands. Fold in the center for one moment in a wide-legged fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk back all the way to the front. Now put your hands on the floor or the blocks and begin to float up into a standing, supported warrior three pose. Hips are level, toes point down, heart opens. You're lifting your belly away from your thigh, so you've got to really pull up and in from the lower part. Exhale, bring your feet together, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, arms come up. Weight goes back to the heels. Breathe in, sit a little deeper, exhale. And then push down to rise up. Inhale, hands to your heart center. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, bring the arms and leg up. I think I did it a little different, it's okay. Exhale, extend. Bring your hands to heart, hinge forward, and step back into your wide crescent with your hands in prayer. Good. Inhale, lengthen or hinge a little bit from your torso. Left elbow outside right thigh, palms together in prayer. Here we're looking for space from our belly to our thigh. So I like to press the tricep in to give me the length and rotation. Actually, the length comes first, the rotation happens after. So we already lengthened the body before we even went into the twist. Arms can be up and down, exalted, or in prayer. Knee could be on the floor. You take what you need here. One more breath. Good. Exhale, bring the hands back to prayer. Take the prayer, right arm on the inside. Turn your left foot now on its side, heel to heel, heel to in-step alignment. Turn your torso to the left, right arm down, left arm up, side angle pose. So your back toes are pointed towards the front edge of your mat, not all the way. Tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale and exhale. Keep hugging your arm and your leg towards each other for some stability and strength and power. One more breath, look down. Exhale, release it. Turn your right toes a little bit towards the front. Turn your left toes all the way towards the new front of your mat, which is your back side of your mat. Left arm stays down, right arm comes up. Twist and breathe. Left thigh parallel or as close to parallel to the floor. So side angle pose now on the other side. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, we're going to take a short stop in the center of the mat, long way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Shift your weight forward. Get out of your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat, hands on the floor blocks. Right knee is bent. You're in a low lunge to start. And then we push the weight off of the left leg into the right heel. Both knees are bent. Right knee is bent. Toes down, heart lifts. Breathe in. Breathe out. Level off the hips. Exhale, feet together, bend your knees. Inhale, rise to chair. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, press to stand up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your hands by your side. Good. Find a place that you feel balanced, so you can separate your feet a little bit wider, or you can keep your feet close together. Bring your right heel off the floor, lift your right knee up. Good. Now, flex the right foot and place it above the left knee. Start there. So remember back in the beginning of class, we had the strap that opened our hip out to the side. Good. Now bend your knees, hands in prayer. Start to bring yourself, perhaps your hands come to the floor or the blocks, or perhaps you stay upright. So I'm getting past a certain point in my body where I feel a little discomfort and I'm going a little bit faster down to the floor to be supported. You take your time and find yourself in the right place. So those of you, some of you take arm balances here. I know Michelle, I think Cindy, Lauren, I think, maybe Karen. Breathe. Get your butt down and your head up, Melissa. Good. Keep looking forward. Look forward. Look forward to it being over. Take a breath. Good. If you're flying in the air, left foot back on the floor. Take your hands to your heart. Slowly bring yourselves back up to standing. Bring your feet down. Separate your arms. Separate your feet. Fold over and just grab your big peace finger grip around your big toe. Look forward. Inhale. Put the thumbs between the fingers and the toe. Exhale. Elbows out to the side. Hips over heels. Head down. Shake out your head. Yes. Shake it out. No. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Release your hands by your side. And find your place of standing in stability. Good. Inhale, bring your weight to your right leg, lift your left heel. And then lift your left knee. Flex the foot, open the hip, left foot above the right knee. You can stay upright. Good. Hands to your heart. And then fold, hinge down or sit down and hinge forward. So bring it a little bit lower, Melissa, so it's not tree pose, guys. It's figure 4 pose. So your left, next thing you're frozen, I think. And fold down. Good. Yes, those of you going down to take flight, I'll highlight. Michelle, beautiful. Cindy there too. If you're flying, good. Bring your foot down. And then come up to standing. Release your hands and feet. Shake it out. Take a breath. Fold down. You're back, Maxine. I saw you froze. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now, take your feet as wide as your mat and turn your toes out. Maybe some of you will be off your mat. Some of you might take a block to sit on. And drop your seat in between your 2 heels. Bring your elbows on the inside, thumbs to your heart. Good. So pull your shoulders open. Press your arms and legs against each other. You can sway, you can sit on a block. Good. Left arm down, right arm up. Any variations here? Take your right arm behind you. You might want to take a full bind, some of you. Don't worry about it if you can't, don't want to. Can't is not a word, doesn't mean you can't. It just means we're not going there today. Come back to center, hands in prayer. Good. And if you like to, right arm down, left arm up. Some of you will take the full bind. Typically, one side will be happier than the other and more open than the other. So you go where you go. And then bring the hands down. This time just bring them on the floor and straighten your legs and come into a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and sway. Switch the arm across. And release your hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your hips. Rise up to stand. Bring your feet a little closer together. Release your arms by your side. Good. Inhale, bring your right leg in the air. Open your right knee to the side. Take your right hand and hold the knee up. So your hips are forward. Your left hip is forward. Your right hip opens out. Hug your left hip in. Option to stay where you are. Some of you will take your hand to your big finger grip again and extend the right leg out to the side. Any height, doesn't matter how high it is, doesn't matter how straight it is. But lower is better, actually. So try not to get it too high. And then hug your standing leg in. Nice, guys. Really nice. The knee can be bent. If the leg lifts high, you're going to end up hiking your hip and not be level. So think of, yeah. And then slowly bend the knee. Hang on there. Bring the foot into tree, right foot in the inside of your thigh, hands to prayer. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. So to stay in position, hugging the left hip into the center, and then bring your foot down and let it go. Just let it go. I don't usually take a dance in the center. I feel like Ellen, but feel free to dance. All right. Stand up nice and tall. Bring your left leg off the floor. Hold on to the knee. Open it out to the side. So this is enough. This is enough. This can be enough, right? Hold on to the wall. It's okay. You can stay there, or you can begin to bring your peace finger grip around your left big toe. Take your time, extend the leg out, and to the side. I'm not going to do it today. I'm a little injured. So, good, nice, beautiful. Hips level. Again, the knee doesn't have to be straight. Perfect options, guys. Take another breath. Slowly bend your knee. Place the foot on the inside of the thigh. Hug your right hip in. Anywhere with your arms. Hug your right hip really strong. And then release it. Shake it out. Let it go. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step through vinyasa. Add or skip. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up in the air, bend the knee, open up the hip. Square off your hips. I'm sorry, open up your right hip. Square up your shoulders. Torso is where I meant it to take you. Turn yourself to center, right knee to your chest, come forward to plank, round and curl. Take your right knee to your right tricep. Right knee to your left tricep. Right knee to your right tricep. Right knee to your right wrist, bring it down on the floor, tuck your toes, and settle in, stay upright for a moment. Look behind you, look at your back foot. Notice if the toes are turning in or out. See if you can center them down the center. And like we did a while back, like I think it was way back on our backs, start to fold forward now. But think about now this left hip being level to the floor. Right? So there's a tendency to sink more into the right hip and lift the left hip up. So when we were on our back with our strap and we held one hand on our hip, this is kind of the same thing to keep the hips squared. Good, Maxine, good go. Breathe in and out. And then take yourself as deep into this as you'd like to go. Just breathe and let go, surrender. You can be supported by a block underneath your hips, underneath your forehead, underneath your arms. You know, that's the beauty of the blocks, by the way. I mean, there were some great Black Friday deals now. It's Small Business Sunday, Saturday, and Monday, Cyber Monday. So you can get blocks really well priced right now. Blocks and straps together, good deal. Good. If you're on a block, move it to the side. Take your right hip now to the floor, sit up. And take your left leg out to the diagonal, probably off your back. Bring your left hand on the inside and stretch up and over to the left side. Turn your torso up and over. Now, same thing here. Ground your right hip. So the side bend is happening, but we're not lifting up to get there any deeper. The work is in lengthening the torso, rotating the torso, and bending. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I mean, in 40 some odd years, it's, like a handful of times I've sneezed in class. One more breath. Inhale, lift up, right hand down. Lift your hips up, sweep it up and back. And then exhale, your hips come down to the floor. Take your left leg back behind you. Tuck your toes underneath you. Find your right leg high in the sky once again. Breathe, open the hip. Look over your left shoulder. If you like to flip your dog upside down, go upside down into any variations. Dancer's bridge or wheel or a combination of both. Exhale, return. Right leg up and then down on the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up, open up the hip, bend the knee. Square the shoulders. And then bring your left knee to your left tricep as you shift into plank. Left knee to right tricep. Left knee to left tricep. Left knee to left wrist, shift forward. And place your leg on the floor. Tuck your right toes behind you. Look behind you. Check them out. Make sure they're pointing straight as they can be. Block underneath the left hip is very helpful if you're feeling uneven or tight. You can also always do this on your back. And then start to walk yourself down. And breathe. Leveling out your pelvis. So there's no more work in the left side or the right side, but it's level. So you might not get as far down. And that's okay. Take another breath. Find your deepest expression of this pose. If you're on a block, move it off to the side. Hands come down. Have a seat on the floor. Take your right foot out to the right side. Take your right arm on the inside of your leg. Lift up and over. Open your heart. So lift out of your waistline. Find that side bend, long and deep. Inhale, rise up, left hand down, lift up your hips, right arm up, arch back. Exhale, come down to the floor, bring your right leg behind you, tuck the toes underneath you, take the left leg in the air, three-legged downward dog, open your hip. And then look over your right shoulder. If you like to flip your dog, here's your opportunity. Lift your hips up. Inhale, release, left leg up. Downward facing dog. Shift to plank, choose to take a vinyasa here or skip it. Lift your heart up, look forward on those vinyasas, downward dog. Bring your knees to the earth. Sit back on your heels, lift your chest up. Good. Take your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Open your eyes and just bring your legs around to either side. And just lay down on the floor. Have a block with you, should you choose. Bring your knees up to your chest. Rock on your spine, just open up the pelvis. You can have your knees close or wide apart. Make circles on the legs. Just, a little bit of opening and release in reverse if you're making circles. Come back to your center. Hold on to the top foot, shin, ankle, wherever you are, and lay your feet on the floor. Again, I'm just going to turn a little bit.
So when I get here, most likely your back is going to be kind of arched. So if you need to let go of your foot and arch the, or imprint the spine so that the back pushes down into the floor, the pubic bone tilts upwards, heel in line with sitting bones, and let your hands just graze the back of your heels. Inhale, lift your hips up and walk your arms underneath your back, palms together. Squeeze your heels towards your buttocks. Move your knees towards the front of your mat. Press down firmly through shoulders and hips or feet. Inhale, release your arms, upper mid, lower back to the floor. Let your knees knock in. We're going to take just one more, so you can take a supported bridge with the block on any height. Your hands can also support your back. Open up your knees, or some of you might choose to go into a wheel, so lift your hips up. Take your hands by your shoulders, fingers point in.
You come lightly to the top of your head, and then you extend all the way into your big opening heart opener.
And we've been preparing our body for that all along.
If you're not ready to go there, that's okay.
Take a full breath.
Wherever you have dogs are going crazy right now. Melissa, you're being attacked from the lens. If you're up in the air in any variation, upper mid, lower back to the floor. Yeah, you can take a shoulder stand if you'd like.
Hug your knees to your chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right and let your knees fall to the left side twist. Inhale back to center, twist to the other side. So just shift your hips and open up your torso. Inhale, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Lift your head and shoulders up. Get yourself into a tight ball. And then exhale, lay on your backs. Find your way into your final pose. Making this completely, a great experience for yourself by perhaps supporting yourself with blocks, with bolsters, with blankets. Cover your eyes, cover your body. Again, make this your own, make it like your little day spa. Breathe in, breathe out. Find a little bit more release every time you empty the breath. And let your body completely surrender into the earth. We're high in this holiday season where we're going all the time. And we just are taking care of everybody but us. Bye, Melissa. Thank you. So this is your opportunity to take care of you. So I'll leave you with that thought of 3 gratitude thoughts for yourself. What are you grateful for? Carry it with you through this Shavasana. Run this Shavasana off your mat into your daily routines for the next 4 weeks, and then how about forever? I'm grateful for all of you. I'm going to leave you in your Shavasana to your own time that you want to come out of it. Namaste. See you tomorrow.
Stay home safe and stay healthy.